profoundly for progressives, whether we're doing electoral work or other sorts of organizing. I think it's the way that we speak is so important. Often we simply talk in shorthand to each other and expect that the more broad public, which is not immersed in progressive milieu, will sort of come along and get it. That doesn't work. We shouldn't be fighting for words. We should be struggling to implement a broad social vision with progressive policy that can be manifested in government. So I think we need to get rid of the jargon, in a way become more radical in the literal sense of going to the roots. Economic justice. Why is there so much wealth accumulating while there's so much unemployment and underemployment and scarcity and so forth? I think a progressive populism is absolutely essential that breaks down these old barriers, that doesn't rely on what turns out to be soapboxing that is simply self-marginalizing. Let's assume that there's so many people we can make common cause with, not by watering down our politics, but by speaking in language and focusing on issues that we can see a shared vision together. I think one of the problems is that the mass media's cliches about the left-right spectrum have been unduly internalized by those of us on the left. And to fight for progressive populism is not simply to buy into a left-right spectrum. To buy into that spectrum is to empower the sort of blue dog or corporate Democrat view that says that, well, you know, there's a strong right wing, so it's not realistic to fight for single payer, it's not realistic to stake out left positions, because you kind of have to take what you get. And that, I think, is more apparent than real, because when you have a status quo that is absolutely unacceptable in social, economic, environmental, and warfare terms, then to simply say, well, the status quo cannot be opposed by anybody but the right wing is, in electoral terms, a disaster. So to sort of sum up, I would say that we have to open up a real option inside and outside the electoral arena for progressive populism, and that gets rid of the idea that, hey, there's a left-right spectrum, you just drag it as far left as you can. In point of fact, it is a corporate power that is undermining the capacity of the Democratic Party to do anything other than replicate and rubber stamp some of these disastrous policies. We've got to offer something different, not by abandoning our principles, but by deepening them and fighting for the kind of solutions that say, hey, it doesn't matter what the label is, we want social justice, environmental protection, an end to the warfare state, and economic fairness that will really serve the people of this country.